Hi, this is Jake from Periphery, and I'm metal as Kvlt because I can do this.
So we're here with a man who's been compared to birds, planes, and Mr. Sunshine himself, Trent Reznor. But you kids probably know him best for his 7 Strings of Wonder.
Metal as Kvlt is proud to present the man who was voted by listeners as the 3rd best guitarist in Periphery. Ha! Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jake Bowen.
Hey.
Now, how is your health, specifically your finger? Now, we understand that you broke it a few months ago on the first leg of the Extraordinary League of Gentlemen tour. Are your playing capabilities back to their former prowess?
They are, and for some weird reason they got better. I think it's because I wanted to play so badly that I practiced for just more than I usually do, which is hours and hours, and it finally came back to somewhat normal. It still looks a little funky, but I think it's going to be that way for the rest of my life. But at least it still works, right?
Yeah, of course. Was it actually quite a frightening thing to happen to a guitar player to have a serious hand injury like that?
Oh my God, it's the scariest thing. I mean, there's jobs that I've turned down because I just didn't want to damage my hands. You know, I'm always looking out for them. But, you know, as soon as it happened, I was just holding my wrist, just staring at my finger, and I couldn't, you know, everybody asked me, did it hurt? And I was like, I didn't feel anything just because I was so shocked that I wasn't going to be able to play. That was the first thing that came into my mind. So it was a very, very surreal experience for me because I've never had an injury like that, and it's just it's scary when it's your livelihood.
Well, I can only imagine.
So 2 new records on the horizon, a concept album entitled Juggernaut and an as-yet unnamed non-conceptual album. We know that they're going to feature more prominent backing vocals and string and orchestral arrangements. Anything else you can share about what we can expect to hear?
I guess just a wider range of sounds. We've kind of expanded our sample libraries and got better computers and kind of trying to go for a more refined. We're going to take our old sound and kind of refine it and redo it. But that's as far as like textures and layers go. We're actually going to do. We're actually going to mic up a kit for the next 2 records. So instead of using our drum samples played through a V-kit, which is what Matt did on the first one, we're going to actually go into the studio and get a good drum mix going. And I've already heard some of the demo stuff, and it sounds really, really good.
Now, what's the songwriting approach been to these records? As I understand it, in the past, Misha has been the master and commander. Has it been a more collaborative experience this time?
Yeah, absolutely. Me and Misha are always the dudes that write together in the band for the most part, but everybody else has been contributing, and we've all been taking time off from the other jobs that we have to do to just focus on writing as a collaborative unit, and it's starting to get really cool because we're kind of unlocking this new sound that we've always had but never got to explore just because the songs had already been written for the most part. So it's kind of exciting.
Cool. Now, Jeff Loomis of Nevermore fame performed a solo on your self-titled debut. Are there any guest appearances we can look forward to on the upcoming releases?
Oh yeah, I'm sure everybody and their mom is going to have a guest spot on our album. It's going to be awesome. They're all going to be sick musicians that everybody needs to hear. So I can't say any names, unfortunately, but I can assure you that it's going to be awesome.
No Metal
a lot of people.
No Metal as Kvlt exclusives this morning. That is disappointing. So, but we understand. Now, you've undergone several lineup changes in the past, specifically in relation to drummers and vocalists. I think you've had 3 vocalists before settling with Spencer. But you have put out a couple of releases with your current lineup. How stable do you think you guys are now?
I think we're as stable as we've ever been. We've grown a lot over the past couple of months, and we're definitely looking towards the future with high hopes. So everything's going pretty good.
Now, do you recommend upcoming bands adopt the same do-it-yourself approach to production and promotion that you guys do? And what are some of the advantages in this method?
Well, you have complete control over what you're doing and who is accessing it. And you also, by doing it yourself, you have to research your market a lot. And that's kind of like the business way of saying, like, talking to people that like this kind of music and getting to see what current gear trends are, because that helps us write our music. And it's just it's kind of like this huge network of musicians that are all online and that we can all get connected with each other. And it really helps you understand who you're playing to rather than just playing the music and hope somebody listens to it.
Now, I know you guys have got a lot of different distribution deals going. Have you thought about just releasing stuff or distributing stuff yourself online?
Well, we could do that. The cost in doing so would also be pretty great. So what our distribution deals offer us is that we have access to all these labels, distributors. So our record's being put out by, or I should say, our record is going to be in a lot of stores rather than just in one place. It just makes for better exposure.
Now, the press release we've received specified that you've recorded over 100 songs together, but you've only done one album and one EP so far. So what the hell, man? Where the tunes at?
Well, there's a huge website called SoundClick, and we, if you go to soundclick.com/bulb, there's all of our demos for the first record and the EP and even beyond that. And therein lies the basis of our next two records, but everything's going to sound much different when it's all put together and arranged properly, because a lot of the times we leave demo songs, the stuff that we post is all in an unfinished form, so you can definitely expect a lot of new music as well as new production on those older tracks.
So this upcoming visit won't be your first time in Australia. You guys toured before in support of the Dillinger Escape Plan. And now be completely honest, because nobody listens to this show anyway. What's your impression of Australian audiences?
Oh, it was awesome. It was like we never got that kind of treatment before. That was our first experience with people actually being super stoked that we were there. So it was very, very surprising, and it was a really good feeling too, because we didn't know what to expect. It was our first time transcontinental.
So you realize you've just insulted all your European and American fans.
Oh, who cares? I insult everybody.
Oh, you'd fit right in with Metal As Kvlt.
That's true.
Now, still discussing your first visit to Australia with Dillinger, by opening for a band that are so renowned for their insane live performances, did you feel any pressure to put on your own chaotic stage show?
No, not really. We can't really move around that much playing this stuff, so it's relatively tame compared to the mighty Dillinger. But I'm thinking back to how we looked then and how we look now. All I can say is that we've improved a lot, and as far as the shows are awesome over there, but as far as our performance, we're capable of a lot better. So we're really stoked to come back and actually put on that show that we were hoping to put on opening for Dillinger.
We move on to a recurring Metal As Kvlt question. Do you have a special name for the Periphery groupies? The Buttersnips, perhaps?
If there were Periphery groupies, then we might have a name for them. But mostly it's just dudes wanting to know how I set my axe effects or which they use.
Why is it every progressive band always says we have no groupies? I refuse to believe it.
You're in good company, man.
Yeah.
I suppose they're there. It depends on what you classify as groupie.
Yeah. Now, how important is the lyrical subject matter to your music? You seem to cover a lot of topics, a lot of them quite bizarre or tongue-in-cheek. For example, the track Jetpacks Was Yes derived its name from an Arrested Development episode, and Totally Mad was inspired by a post on an internet forum that Misha found.
Can you repeat all that? I'm sorry, somebody was making me laugh.
That's okay. Not us, though. How important is the lyrical subject matter to your music? You seem to cover a lot of topics, a lot of them quite bizarre or tongue-in-cheek. For example, Jetpacks Was Yes derives its name from an Arrested Development episode, and the song Totally Mad inspired by a post on an internet forum.
Well, since Spencer writes all the lyrics, they tend to not match up with what the song titles are. Usually Misha or myself or even Alex will name a song. And it's just called that just because it's easy to remember. Or it's something that made us laugh. And then when Spencer comes and writes lyrics for it, the lyrics are completely separate from the song title usually. So he covers a lot of abstract stuff, like space and immortality and philosophy and love and death. And
yeah, I thought
so it just kind of.
I thought so. I couldn't reconcile the song title names and the lyrics. I was reading the lyrics last night and I was thinking, these don't match at all what the song title seems to be.
Yeah, maybe except for Light, because it's the song name is in the song.
Now, disbelief in religion seems to be a recurring theme in your music. Like, you've got the song entitled Frack the Gods, and The Walk also seems to deal with similar subject matter, with telling lyrics such as, I despise the facade of the original martyr and bow down to the gods, or keep working for further on the cusp of enlightenment. What's the score?
Well, all of us have varying degrees of belief structures. None of them are really, Judeo-Christian or whatever. We just all kind of have, what we think is the greater purpose, and we don't usually talk about it. It's just kind of like nobody even acknowledges it exists in the band. So usually it's just up to Spencer to write, whatever he's feeling.
Do you guys take requests? Specifically, we're dying to hear Race Car live when you guys come out.
Oh yeah, I can't promise anything. I don't know what we're doing, to be honest, yet. I just know that we're playing most of our material, but we'll have to see if that one makes it on there. It totally might. But we played half of it last time we were there, but it needed to work.
Can we expect any new material, or is that still up in the air?
Yeah, we're definitely playing one new song for sure.
It's very exciting.
Now, Julian and I, as we just mentioned, will be seeing you guys live at the Northcote Social Club later this year. If we bring some fine Australian bitches with us, can we be guaranteed backstage passes?
Well, we have these fine American bitches at home, and they wouldn't like that. But,
well, wait until you see the Australian bitches. You'll change your mind. But the thing is, there are 6 of you guys in the band, and we can only provide 5 girls. So who's willing to share?
Oh, okay, yeah, then, I mean, talk to the other guys. He's currently single.
All right, he can have all 5. He'll be a happy man that night. All right, then, thank you very much, Jake. You've been a delight and a treat, and we wish you all continued success and all the best in the future. And, yeah, we really look forward to seeing you at the concert in July, and we'll be screaming Metal As Kvlt and probably disturbing you the whole night.
Right on. Just want to say hi. Thank you for the interview, dude.
Oh, thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day, my friend.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.